And on the subject of tender care and kindness, my thought on the table is our special series, Kindness 101, with one of my favorite storytellers, Steve Hartman. We know Steve from his On the Road series, won a lot of Emmys for that. It's a CBS Evening News and Sunday Morning series. Now he shares stories with us that are built around themes of kindness and character and the people who have mastered those qualities. They exist. It's a topic that is a great discussion starter for you and your kids, but we are also quite confident, as the Oscars reminded us last night, that there are adults who could learn a thing or two from Steve Hartman as well. Today's lesson is optimism. Steve and his kids tell us about a little girl and the horse that she always knew could be a champion.
Good morning. I'm here with my daughter, Meryl.
Hi, everyone.
And we have a good feeling about this class because it's about
Optimism.
And I see you have a glass there that is half empty.
No, it's half full.
Interesting. And I think that's inching us closer to our definition. Let's go over to Emmett at the dictionary desk.
Optimism is to look on the better or brighter side of things.
Yeah, I kind of look at optimism as a superpower, a way to alter the course of future events. And you know how that happens?
You decide how you want to look at them.
That's right. So let's turn now to my library of stories past for a real-life example of the unbelievable power of positive thinking. For as long as her parents can remember, Brianna Carsey has had this crazy dream. She has always wanted a broodmare, a mommy horse, that would give birth to a baby horse that would grow up to become a racing champion.
This was a fairy tale for her from day one. We put it off for 5 years almost because we don't have a farm.
This sounds expensive.
Yeah.
Why don't you say no?
Well, as she'll tell you, she has me wrapped around her finger.
Okay. Her foal, an Ohio Standard bred, was born in the spring of 2013. She named it MJB Got Faith. MJB for the initials of the kids in her family, and Got Faith for the faith she instantly had in him.
I really loved him.
From the beginning?
He's super soft, too.
But that quick bond posed a real problem for this pushover dad.
Come here, bud.
See, for whatever reason, Brian thought once he explained to his daughter that her horse could never race, that it was a runt from poor breeding stock, she would just agree to sell it. But obviously not.
She's like, there's no price, Daddy. So I'm talking to my wife. It's like, you know, we really got ourselves in a mess here.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're going to get out of this. So we stake him to the races.
This horse that doesn't belong in the races.
The horse that I thought we should have gotten rid of already.
Brian was stuck, committed to boarding and training this long shot to end all long shots.
Yep.
And this is not a wealthy family. Brian runs a small logistics company, and Ohio racing, which is harness-style racing, is a $900 million a year industry.
I want to see him go fast.
MJB Got Faith was so slow he barely even qualified to compete. But then somehow, someway, won his first race. Won his second race, his third, and his fourth, qualifying him for the state championship.
And I said, baby, if you finish third, you should be so thankful. She goes, Daddy, if he finishes last, I'm going to be thankful. But he's going to win.
And so it was that this little horse with no pedigree, this pet with no reason for being here beyond the blind faith of a little girl, won an Ohio Sire Stakes championship.
She said, Dad, I told you got to have faith.
Brianna took home $100,000 that day. She has already given away half of it to charity. And as for the other half, she plans to use that money as a down payment on a farm.
I just want to have a farm and be able to go walk out my back door and see him.
And that's her plan for happily ever after. Just a girl, her horse, and knowing her father.
Dad, can we please get a cat?
No.
Probably a cat, too.
I want to know if they got a cat.
I kind of do, too. Let's find out. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
We're good.
Did you get the cat?
I didn't get the cat. I got a puppy instead, though.
Oh. How is MJB and where is MJB now?
Doing good. He's retired now. So he's living his best life in a field.
So you have the land.
Yes.
And as I recall, you got another horse.
Like a
and named it Steve Hartman.
We did. That's Steve Hartman, the early trailer.
How did that horse do?
He raced 4 times, I believe it was.
Ever get last place?
Yes, 2 of the 4.
2 out of the 4 races, he was last place.
Correct.
Not good.
We'll have to find a Steve Hartman, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you want to push your luck.
You're not being very optimistic.
Starting to sound like me.
I don't want that. So I think we all know who was the optimist in that story and who was the pessimist.
Yes, sir.
I was just curious, did that whole experience change you in any way?
Yes, it honestly has. This process, it truly has changed me to believe things are possible and the glass is always half full, not half empty. And if you put your mind to it, you work hard and be dedicated, you can do anything you want.
That's beautiful. Okay, thank you so much for joining us, you guys.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Guys.
So there's your proof that the future is how you see it. We'll see you next time.
Until then, stay kind.
Thank you, Meryl. That's one of my favorite parts when Meryl goes, until then, stay kind. I agree with you, Meryl, stay kind. But I love the story when she said to her dad, Dad, if he comes in last, I would be happy with that, but he's going to come in first. That's what you call optimism.
Optimism.
She knew. Rihanna knew.
What we should try to do as adults is retain that kid-like sense of optimism way past childhood, because that is how you get through things. I've always believed that, and Brianna is living proof.
$100,000 cash prize for that horse's win is pretty nice.
Not too shabby either.
I'm very much identifying with the fathers in Steve's pieces. Can we have a cat? No!
I thought the answer was going to be that they did get a cat.
I thought
was
so
surprised.
too, but he held the line on the cat. He lost on the horse, and then he held it on the
line.
cat. All right, I would have picked the horse. Okay, you can find all the Kindness 101 episodes at our website, cbsnews.com/kindness101, and you can also find them on our Facebook page.